it's Laura and Michelle from Empowered Decision. What we wanted to talk about was how we support some of our clients in their leadership journey. We had a particular example we're going to talk about. Yeah.
I had a client recently, and the journey will now continue, I think, hopefully for both of us for as long as I'm around, because we're really having fun doing this. But I think what the scenario was is she came to me saying, I've led people before, but in a more like a technical environment. I didn't really develop a full holistic leadership skill or process and whatever. And she then inherited 6 people and really problematic. In the environment that she went into, with each of them, she saw massive challenge. And she just said to me, I just feel completely off my feet because I don't know where to start. I don't know how to build the relationships, because there was a lot of legacy issues, and then there's breakdown in relationships. Here she walks into that and says, all right, I now need to fix this. So we went through quite an interesting process where we just identified exactly what the central issues were in the team, and then we went to each individual and we had a game plan for each individual. So with some people, she had a lot of credibility because they knew her out of industry, and then just how to build the relationship around that, and then how do you support that individual to become better at what they do. With other scenarios, it was broken communication in the organization, where the person lost faith in the organization, not in her as a person, and how that came about again. So she had a lot of values discussions with that individual, for example, and also just talking to them about talking through the problems, because people shut down when they're unhappy very often, and they feel that no one's listening to them, they shut down. And she had to open up that kind of conversation.
And also, as a leader, if you don't feel really confident, you don't necessarily want to go there. You know what the issue is, but how do you tackle that in a way that's going to resolve it well?
And she constantly said that. She said to me, I am so worried that this is not going to work out, because then it's on me. Because that's the reflection on her success is, did you get that leadership, or did you get the team to work well, and did you lead them properly and whatever. So I think where we went is through a whole process. So we started off with that investigation, and then we did a 30-day challenge. So we took topics with each person and we said, okay, we're just going to hone in on that. And then we also looked for external learning. So we looked at things like influencing decisions and how you build relationships, and we did a lot of TED Talks together. We sat and watched them and we said, right, how can we apply that? And then also had a look at some books, because she's an avid reader, she's brilliant, and she just said it gave her just a little bit of tools, just a little bit of so we did that. She lost one team member.
And also you can transfer that to your team, isn't it? It's professional development for the team too.
100%. She lost one team member, which at the end of the day, I think she understood that person wasn't going to be in the team for a long time. There were too many issues, and then said the important thing is her bringing in the next person was so important for her to say, what do I want that person to become? How do I want to lead that person? And she had all this mechanics now of saying, I can start a new team, or I can start developing the team, but really now take what I now know and implement that. And that individual came in and is doing really well. So I think our journey now is constantly soundboarding and constantly going and saying, okay, how's the team going? Are there any other issues? How do you feel? And what she was saying to me, which I thought was really valuable, is I am so comfortable telling you where I think I'm going right and wrong, because you're not scrutinizing me. You're not my boss. I don't have to showcase my strengths and fight for my position. I can just say to you, I need help in this spot or not. So it's I'm loving that. Yes, it's just and I think just her just strengthening and just becoming more confident and more assertive in the way that she approaches everything. It's just that continuous learning. We won't stop, and that's what I'm saying. We'll be around forever together, because every single day there are new challenges for her, and because I'm not involved and emotionally involved, like she comes with that, with the emotion
when she needs you.
And she comes with the emotion, going, I feel really unconfident today, or I've done something and I don't know if it's right or wrong. Just having that person going, okay, well, let's have a look at it, and just practically bringing it back to right now. How do we resolve it now? I think that's the value that she's had out of it for sure. So very interesting scenario.